In my 8-page poem about Will Chamberlain, the following stanza appears. In 2005, Gary Pomerantz came through because he published Wilt, 1962. Mr. Pomerantz, what was the most fascinating fact or interesting story that you learned about Will Chamberlain?
Well, I think your poem is right at the top. We've never met, by the way.
That's just one of my stanzas, but...
The most, well, okay then. The most interesting fact I learned about Will Chamberlain, well, there were a lot of them, I should say. Will was studying foreign languages at the end of his life. He would be sitting out in Venice Beach as the sun was going down, working on his foreign language skills. There was also an amazing moment in 1962. See, what happens is you're on one book, and then somebody asks you about another book, and it's like danger. You got to remember all this. But there was an exchange he had with a teammate, Tom Masheri. And this was when Will Chamberlain played in 1962. So think about where America is in race relations back in 1962. And Masheri white, Will Chamberlain African American. They were supposed to go on a double date. And Masheri, they were supposed to meet two stewardesses at a hotel. And Will showed up at the appointed hour, and Masheri didn't. And then Will sort of started to leave, and then he looked, and there was Masheri walking out through a different meeting place with one of the stewardesses. Anyway, what was significant to me about the story is that it led to a conversation between these two teammates about, Wilt asking him, why did you do that? And Masheri admitted that some of his teammates, white teammates, had been kind of hazing him. We're hearing a lot about hazing now with Richie Incognito and Jonathan Hart. They were hazing him, and they were getting on him for going out with a black guy on social. And Masheri, who's a pretty liberal guy, listened to Will as Will grabbed his hand and said, let me show you this. What color is my hand? What color is yours? Now look at my hand when I turn it over. It's like, and he was just trying to say, there's something. Put color aside. We're men. We're guys. And Masheri said he was profoundly affected and changed by that experience. And Will was complex. It's not easy to be 7'2", and you can put on sunglasses, but you're still going to be recognized in a crowd. And so, anyway, I found him a very compelling guy who, even when he was in a crowd, he seemed alone. And to the very end, he died alone, in his house in Bel Air. Thank you for answering my question.